How much do you know about Festus from the Bible? If you're anything like me, the answer to that question is not enough. Let's fix that right now. Festus was the Roman governor or procurator of Judea who succeeded Antonius Felix, as recorded in the book of Acts, chapter 24 through 26. Though his time in office was relatively short, historically estimated to be from AD 59 to 62, his role in the biblical narrative is significant due to his involvement in the trial of the Apostle Paul. Festus came into power during a tense period. Judea was a volatile province, plagued by increasing unrest between Roman rule and Jewish resistance. When Festus arrived, one of the first matters brought to his attention was the case of Paul, who had been imprisoned for 2 years under the custody of Felix. Paul had been accused by Jewish leaders in Jerusalem of stirring up riots and desecrating the temple, charges driven more by religious and political motives than by actual crimes. In Acts 25, Festus traveled to Jerusalem, and the Jewish leaders urged him to transfer Paul back to Jerusalem. They were secretly planning to ambush and kill him on the way. However, Festus wisely insisted that the accusers come to Caesarea to present their case. When they did, they failed to prove their charges. But Festus, seeking to gain favor with the Jews, asked Paul if he was willing to go to Jerusalem to be tried there. Paul, knowing that a return to Jerusalem would likely mean death, exercised his right as a Roman citizen to appeal to Caesar. This was a legal move and forced Festus to send him to Rome for trial before the emperor. Though Festus found no fault in Paul worthy of death or imprisonment, he agreed to send him to Rome, stating, "You have appealed to Caesar you shall go." That's Acts 25:12. Before sending him, however, Festus consulted with King Agrippa II and Bernice, who were visiting Caesarea. Festus hoped Agrippa might help him write a formal report to accompany Paul's transfer to Rome. In a dramatic courtroom scene, Paul boldly testified about his faith before Festus and Agrippa. During this, Festus interrupted Paul and exclaimed, "You are out of your mind, Paul. Your great learning is driving you insane." Acts 26:24. Paul responded calmly, affirming the truth of his words. In summary, Festus played a key administrative role in the legal process that led Paul to Rome. While not depicted as corrupt like his predecessor Felix, Festus was a political pragmatist, caught between Roman law and Jewish demands. His involvement ultimately helped fulfill God's plan to send Paul to preach in the heart of the empire. And that's why I think it's important to ask the question,